My name is Diana Britton, Executive Editor with wealthmanagement.com. I'm coming to you here live at the Wealth Management Edge Conference in Boca Raton. I'm talking with Kevin Corbett, who's the Managing Director of Corporate Development at Mariner, which is one of the largest RIAs in the country. He's in charge of mergers and acquisitions for the company, just a really hot area that a lot of folks are looking at. But Kevin, I want to talk a little bit about organic growth. It's a big topic here at the conference. And you hear the stats about how on average, advisors are growing, like 2 to 3%, not very much organic growth that they're getting. Can advisors grow, on an island where, they're operating their own business, they're solo practitioners? Can they grow?
I think they can. The truth is they should be, and they can. What we have found, though, is largely they are not, and simply because of the constraints of oftentimes running the business and serving the current book of clients that they have, they don't have the time or the capacity to focus on true organic growth. And so to the extent that we're talking about it here at this conference, maybe a little less about the M&A world and the inorganic growth and maybe more concentration on the organic growth is really going to continue to create a very healthy ecosystem. But as you alluded to, 2 to 3% is probably what the industry average is. And typically when we speak to advisors, they are growing simply by referrals. They do a great job for their clients and they get the occasional referral. That's just not enough these days. And so when we think about looking at any potential opportunity, if somebody has a unique growth story and they're doing something compelling that's working, that's a very interesting opportunity for us.
Yeah, and so what should they be looking for in the right partner to help them grow?
Well, first and foremost, again, it's really about capacity, right? How do you create capacity, serve your clients the best that you can, obviously retain that base, and then with that additional capacity that's created through value or virtue of a partnership, go out and focus on the growth component. So a great partner for them is probably somebody who's going to relieve the burden of running the business. They're going to equip those advisors with more capabilities to be able to do more for those clients. And so even if it's just share of wallet growth with the existing client base by virtue of being able to do more for those client families that they serve and really keep up with that client's wealth as it continues to evolve, that's a great opportunity for them to find a good partner. To the extent that we can supplement, or a firm like ours can supplement what they're doing and the capabilities they have, and it allows them to be more competitive in their marketplace. It allows them to perhaps engage with prospects they were never previously able to serve. That's another great opportunity for growth. And to the extent that the right partner also has in-house growth strategies that they can deploy directly to those offices or those new partners and really help create that professional and personal development opportunity for the advisors that are going to continue to be a part of that business, that's a great story and something that I think they should be thinking about and considering very, very strongly.
Yeah, you can't really rely on market appreciation anymore, right?
No.
To grow your business. I guess I'm just wondering, what's Mariner offering these advisors in terms of helping them grow and trying to take some of that capacity off of their plates?
Yeah, it's a very simple concept for us. So first and foremost, it's really this idea of backstage versus front of stage. Okay, so you go see a studio production or a Broadway play. What happens front of stage directly touches and impacts the lives of the clients that they serve, all right? Everything that's non-additive to that client relationship is essentially backstage. Compliance, IT, HR, marketing, you name it. All the non-core business activities, so to speak, that really have no impact, meaningful impact on the clients that they serve. You remove all of that from the advisors and the firm owner's plate, they immediately have 30 to 40% more capacity to then do more for the clients. And oh, by the way, get back to that focus on growth.
Yeah, I think there's some hesitation from, the really entrepreneurial, fierce, independent advisors to join a large organization like Mariner. But what's the big takeaway here for entrepreneurial advisors?
So look, that entrepreneur to employee, that shift, it's real, right? And we get that, and we understand that, and we appreciate that. And to the extent that we want to, remove that burden and allow them to really focus on what their single and highest and best use is, that oftentimes reinvigorates them. And by virtue of partnership with the right firm, where they can spend their time focused on the activities that they want to do, because at the end of the day, they got into the business to serve clients, not to make HR decisions, not to worry about compliance, not to worry about technology decisions. They get back to doing what they want to do. if we continue to help fuel the opportunities for growth through many of the enterprise level growth strategies that we've deployed, we have a natural opportunity to bring them, to develop them with new clients, help their next generation advisors continue to move through a career path of serving more clients than they might otherwise gain on their own on that island, as you talked about.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a stat yesterday, somebody threw out the stat that like the average $1 million producer, if they just allocate 10 hours to looking for new clients and working with clients and prospecting, as well as 3 hours a week utilizing AI and leveraging AI, they can generate 541,000 additional revenue on an annualized basis. So I mean, this is real, Mariner can kind of help advisors free up some of that capacity to allocate to those hours. But anyways, Kevin, thank you so much for joining me. This has been great. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.